So the title of the project, this being the 4th year of the Ambler Design Build Institute, this year's project is called Linum usitatissimum, which is a Latin phrase meaning most useful fiber or most useful plant. The project began this past spring in ARC 8012, the spring semester architecture studio composed of 4th year architecture students, which was a study across a really broad range of scales, beginning with kind of the planetary scale, because we're thinking about architecture's response to climate change and the decarbonization of the building sector. And that kind of segued into the urban scale consideration of urban agriculture and the potential and possibility for North Philadelphia, and then finally ended with this material investigation in which we kind of tried to invent and have continued to develop a carbon neutral or carbon positive masonry product made of flax.
Often when we see buildings, we don't actually think about how they come together. We often only think about it when we're showing from the paper, and this experience actually allows us to see the significance of designing with the construction in mind, which we don't often get to do.
The other goal of the project is quite ambitious, which is in developing a new material which might engage the place that we're in, North Philadelphia, and think about introducing a new economy and income stream to North Philadelphia. The Latin phrase for the flax plant was most useful linen, or most useful fiber, and that really speaks to what's really exciting about this plant in particular, which is that it has a host of different uses, from the material and fiber to the agricultural. It's a food source. You can extract oils from the plant. What we're doing is a relatively new thing, which is we're extracting a building material from the plant. But the fact that the plant can do all kinds of different things also opened up an opportunity to engage a whole lot of different folks at Tyler. So in the spring and throughout the summer, we've been working with people from fibers and material study, from civil engineering, from mechanical engineering, from, of course, agriculture, horticulture, landscape architecture, urban design, community development, and that is just a few of the many of people we're working with, which is a really exciting opportunity because it understands that we work within a natural ecosystem as designers, but then we're also engaged and operating within a human ecosystem.
The purpose of it is to challenge the building materials industry and kind of develop, in a sense, of what hempcrete has done previously, sort of a biogenic building material that hopefully after a specific amount of analysis could be carbon negative.
A huge resource that we're able to come out here, which is away from the city, and do something that is more small scale, but still has a very big impact.
Definitely a lot of inspiration from Lego, for sure. I remember you don't have to necessarily lock in Legos into place, but like, let's say you put them on one of the corners, they're like easily malleable and you can like rotate them. And yeah, like I said, in the beginning of the design process, I was working with blocks, so it was very linear. It didn't really offer out much rotation or curved form, but this kind of notching system allowed the form to be pretty malleable, and it's really up to the user. We can create something with this as much as we want to, but at the same time, it has the ability for it to have an ease of assembly for other people to also engage with it as well.
Really, we are the first to be developing and producing it at this scale, which is really exciting.
The goal is really just to learn about all of the processes involved in doing something like this. So, yeah, this block might not be the strongest we could possibly make. This might not be the best design we could possibly make. Through the process of, okay, what does it take to material testing? Everything from what does it look like to take a lime material and the flax, processing the flax, all of those different components involved in that process were a major part of this learning experience. And even to this portion of the project where we're making the block, there was so much we didn't know about what goes into making a good concrete form. like, as architecture students, we had no idea what that was like.
The most essential thing that comes out of this institute, of course, is not the final built project per se, but it's the experience that the people behind me improve from thinking about it and doing it.